Oh my goodness. I love that part in IVE's debut song so much. And to me, having Yoo-jin as the leader is the best decision they could have made. It's just so unfortunate to see their debut is also surrounded by so much controversy. Starship even had to address one and apologize. The first criticism was surrounding Yoo-jin's outfit on Music Core. Many fans felt uncomfortable seeing IVE's leader styled with what seemed like a straight up bra on top of her shirt. Mostly because Yoo-jin was born in 2003 and many still consider her a minor. There are those who don't necessarily find it inappropriate, saying it is over a shirt and that she's 18, but that the problem is that it's just not flattering. Now, the second controversy surrounding IVE's debut has to do with the group's greeting. Once they debuted on their showcase, people quickly noticed that their greeting hand gesture is pretty much identical to Everglow's E gesture. What made this blow up even more was the fact that Everglow had their pirate comeback the exact same day IVE debuted, making the similarities even more apparent. With all the discussions going on taking attention away from IVE's debut, Starship eventually had to come out apologizing for not being aware of the similarities, saying they will be changing or amending it in the future. Besides this, I think IVE's debut definitely did not disappoint and was going to be followed up by another highly anticipated girl group, KEP1ER. But it was just sadly announced that a staff member in KEP1ER's agency, who has been working with the girls for their debut, tested positive. And even though the girls all tested negative shortly afterward, all of KEP1ER's activities, including their official debut, which was supposed to happen next week on December 14th, and their appearance on Mama has now officially been suspended. Even though we have to wait a bit longer, that was for sure the right move to keep everyone safe. Especially during award season where so many artists, staff, and crew are around each other interacting more than usual. Unless you're TWICE's Sana and Day6's Jae though, right? Okay, let's talk about this weird story that came out and the events that transpired afterward. So Jae, or Eej, was on the Offline TV podcast recently and revealed that he had requested a signed TWICE album from his manager for Someone Who Loves Sana. The interviewer then said, "Oh, I thought you would have just gone up to her." That's when Jae responded with,
"Who loves you?" Okay,
I haven't spoken to Sana in 7 years.
Now, before we go any further, it's not really that weird for label mates to be unfamiliar with each other. Kai and Wendy literally just talked about how before this radio show, they've probably never had more than 10 seconds of interaction at a time. Hence the battle of the bows we got right here. Anywho, All K-Pop then came out with an article talking about how Jae said him and Sana have never talked in the past 7 years. But that's when Jae responded to the article on Twitter saying, "I was joking."
Who loves you? Okay,
I haven't spoken to Sana in 7 years.
And then things got really weird as All K-Pop liked Jae's tweets saying he was joking, but still kept the article up. Eventually, Jae responded with question marks and a clown emoji. I'm not sure what just happened here, but knowing how close we've seen Sana be with Day6, on top of Jae's response here, I'm guessing they have talked within the last 7 years. Breaking news, guys. Another crazy headline we've seen in the K-pop world this week that is attempting to be debunked was former IZ*ONE member YENA being speculated as the mystery idol being quote-unquote sponsored by an executive of CJ Group. Just for context, sponsored in this case and industry is usually code word for a celebrity intimately involved or entertaining someone in a position of money and power in return for advancing their career. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Lee Jae-hwan had been sponsoring a certain female idol based on leaked text of him talking about prepping her music release and upcoming promotions, as well as a personal conversation between the two. Somehow, YENA is the name that has now been attached to those rumors. However, YENA's company came out strongly denying these rumors, saying they would be taking legal action, as well as YENA herself stating she was basically horrified when reading this and emphasized she is not the person in that rumor, nor is she even slightly associated with it. That is all the info we have on this as of right now, so let's keep an eye out for any updates. Although a story that can be followed up is the one about ROSÉ blocking one of her own fans that we talked about in the last video. Now, you have to watch the previous regular video to understand the details and context of this entire story of why ROSÉ had to block this fan after accidentally opening the private messaging between the two. Basically, it was for her own safety. The fan handled the situation super maturely and even defended ROSÉ's decision to do it to protect herself from a complete stranger. However, it now seems like ROSÉ has unblocked her. Paris, the fan, discovered this because she's now once again able to see ROSÉ's posts. She speculates she may just be restricted or just move to general DMs now, instead of just completely blocked. Whatever it is, thankfully this story has a happy ending. Again, it was a fascinating situation this girl can now tell her grandchildren about. But you know what? Let's not stop the positivity there. Last time we categorized SORN leaving KEP Entertainment as positive news, and now it's even better because she announced she's signed to a new company as a solo artist and will be releasing music in early 2022. Maybe KEP1ER postponing has a silver lining, because if they debut in early 2022, we might just get SORN and YooJin interactions once again. The next thing is no longer just an announcement or plan anymore. We have living proof of 101's reunion as they prepare for their big mama appearance. TAEYANG and HYO-RIN have debuted their baby boy into this world, and not only that, but while talking about this amazing news, Vogue just casually mentioned that TAEYANG will be working on a new album with the Big Bang members. And finally, we now have some concrete news about BTS's military situation. They were just granted permission to dance, permission to defer their enlistment until the age of 30 due to them receiving a Cultural Merit Award. That means Jin no longer has to enlist next month, and instead BTS can continue group activities as 7 for at least 1 more year. By the way, the reason I haven't put out a video in over a week was because I was lucky enough to be in LA for their concerts at SOFI Stadium. I recapped a lot of it for those who follow me on Instagram. It was such a crazy time. Like, no matter where you went in LA, you ran into fans attending the BTS concert. My Uber was listening to BTS. I got to participate in Jin's birthday project, see Halsey in the crowd, see RM crying during his ment, and watch Coldplay come out sending the crowd into a frenzy. And even though I can't play the clips because they have music in them, here's the incredible visual of a wave made up of 50,000 people and light sticks.